it's been known for decades that there's trace amounts of DMT in mammalian bodily fluids like urine, blood, even cerebrospinal fluid. They've found it in certain studies. But a lot of those techniques were a little bit older analytical methods. So what we kind of set out to do was look directly in the brain in rats. And that 2013 study found DMT in the living rat brain. So the way that you do that is you can actually like probe the brain non-invasively. So the rats are fine and they're just moving around like they normally would. And you're sampling fluid from the brain, really any compound you want to that you can detect molecularly with analytical chemistry techniques. What we found was in the 2013 study, what Jimo and Rick and Steve found was that there was DMT in the living pineal gland for the very first time. So that was exciting enough that Jimo started to follow that up. And when I came on board, we just asked a simple question. One is DMT. So can we quantify it? Can we look at the levels and compare it to known neurotransmitters that are established in those brain areas? And so we looked at a comparison between DMT and serotonin, which serotonin is one of the major neurotransmitters that is established to have a role in mood and several other things,
potentially hundreds of different functions in the brain.
Yeah, exactly. So the real strength of that study was we found DMT in concentrations that were comparable to serotonin, so about half of serotonin in the rat visual cortex. And then one of the other things we did was looked at rats that we didn't sample from the pineal gland anymore, but the area surrounding the pineal gland, because that was like a controversy too. Can the pineal gland really produce this much DMT, et cetera, et cetera? So what we found was when we sampled from the visual cortex alone, we still saw DMT, suggesting that although it looks like the pineal gland's producing DMT, it's not necessary for DMT production.